In this lesson, we're going to learn how to append data to an already existing file. So let's get started by first including the libraries that we need. We'll need the fstream library. And I want to do some error checking, so we need the standard library also so that we can use the exit function. For our variables, we'll start out with a variable for a grade that the user enters and that we then write to the file. We also need a string variable for the file name so the user can enter the file name. And then we also need a char variable for the user to respond to whether or not they want to continue. We're going to append the file in a loop so that the user can enter as many grades as they want to enter, and then they can stop by answering no to the continue question. So the first thing we have to do is prompt the user to enter a file name. So we'll do that. Enter the file name. Then we're ready to try to open the file. That's an OFStream object. We'll call it outFile, and we'll open it with the file name converted to a C string, which is followed by the file open mode, which is APP. We're opening it to append. So at this point, we're ready to check to see if the file exists. So we'll write if not outFile, then cout could not open file, indel, and then exit 1. And that closes off that if. Otherwise, the file is open, so we're ready to prompt the user to enter data. First thing I want to do is go back to our char variable, and let's go ahead and initialize that with a yes. Then we'll start our do loop. Cout, enter a grade, cin grade, write the grade to the file, followed by an indel, and then prompt the user to enter another grade. Enter another grade, yes, and we'll tell them to enter a yes or no. Cin continue, close off the do, while cont not equal to no, or we could just say while cnt equal yes. Either way works fine. And then our last step is to close the file. So we close the file with a close, and let's build and run and see what we get. So we enter a file name, c:\data / grades.txt. It's ready to enter a grade, so let's enter some grades. 95, enter another grade, yes, enter a grade. 85, enter another grade, yes. 75, enter another grade, no, and our program stops like we expect. Let's open up a DOS window, type the grades out. You notice I just did it to see what the current status of the file is. That was before we did the append, and now you'll see that we've added the 95, the 85, and the 75. So we were able to append to the file correctly. So to append to a file, you have to open the file in the correct mode, which is iOS::app. And then other than that, your program looks exactly like you're writing to a file as if the file didn't exist. And every grade or every piece of data that you append to the file will be added after the last piece of data was added. So that wraps up the three main modes of working with a file: writing to a file, reading from a file, and appending to a file. In the next lesson, we're going to learn how to read a file character by character instead of line by line like we've been doing before.